Hey, good morning everybody. It's Clint with CCUA here, back with another Veg Out video. Today we have a fun science video for you. We're going to be learning all about the parts of the plant that we eat. So you might be familiar with some of the basic plant parts. If you really dig into science, there are a lot of different plant parts, and each one of those parts have even more parts. But today we're going to focus on the 6 main plant parts that we at CCUA like to teach in our lessons. So from the bottom to the top, those 6 parts are roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, and seeds. So we're going to walk around the farm and we're going to find examples of plants where we eat one or more of those 6 different parts. So again, those are roots, stems, leaves, flowers, fruits, and seeds. So let's start walking around and we'll see what we can find. The first thing that always catches my eye on the farm is the lettuce. And with lettuce, we eat these big green things, which are the leaves. So when we eat lettuce, we are eating leaves. Here's an example of a flower and also another leaf, although it's a different leaf than we're used to, a chive. So these blossoms you can eat. They're better when they're younger. These have been out for a little bit, so they're probably not as good. Mint, of course, is a leaf that a lot of us are familiar with. It's a very tasty leaf. You might have heard the term herbs and spices. Well, when we're eating herbs, generally we're eating leaves. When we're eating spices, we're generally eating seeds. So a few examples would be pepper. Pepper is a seed that we eat, or coriander is a seed that we eat, but parsley is a leaf that we eat. That is an herb. Alright, a lot of leaves here. Here's some roots that we eat, but we can't see them yet. They haven't formed. These are carrots. You can also eat the leaves on those if you want to, but generally we save the plant for the root. And I don't know if we'll be able to see any carrot roots, but I do know we have some roots down here that you can see. So here's one example of roots that we can eat. Radishes. And not a lot of people realize it, but you can also eat the greens of radishes as well. They're really high in iron for a plant, that is. And then here on the other side we have turnips, which is another root that we eat. And again, you can eat the greens on those turnips too. I like to cook them down in a little bit of butter with some garlic. So here's a plant that we eat the fruit of. It is a long way from having fruit though. This is our fig tree. So we have a few tiny little fig leaves starting to form here. And eventually, you know, that plant will get 5-6 feet tall and will flower and produce a fruit that we can eat. But we're still several months away. However, we do have some stems down here that we can eat. Asparagus. Asparagus is a plant that we eat the stem of. If it's starting to put leaves out, like you can see on some of these, say this one has some leaves, some small leaves putting out. Still mostly just stem. But if that happens, then the plant gets too tough to eat. No good. So asparagus, we eat the stems, but only before they have leaves. Here's our strawberry patch, and of course this is one of people's favorite fruits. I don't think we have any ripe ones yet, just because these strawberries are so thick. I think it's hard for the sun to get down to the berries themselves. But we got an absolute ton of strawberries down here. Well, that's another one that we eat. Oh, look, here's a ripe strawberry. Good example. A couple ripe strawberries over here on the edge. I'll have to come down here later after this video. So let's see, we've seen leaves that we can eat. We've seen stems that we can eat. Fruit that we can eat. Flowers that we can eat. I guess we saw the chive flowers. These blackberries are another fruit that we eat when they are ripe. We saw the roots. So let's go over that again. For roots, some examples are turnips and radishes. For stems, some examples are asparagus. Broccoli would be another example where we can eat the stem. For leaf, there's lettuce, there's mustard greens, turnip greens, radish greens, mizuna, collard greens, all sorts of different leaves that we can eat. For our flowers, we saw the chive blossoms. You can also eat strawberry blossoms, but of course if you eat the blossom, then you don't get the delicious strawberry. For fruits, we've got strawberries here, we've got blackberries here, we've got our fig tree, we have our plum tree, our mulberry tree, so lots of different fruits that we can eat. Also, some fruits that we grow here that aren't ready yet, you might not think about as fruits, are tomatoes, and peppers, and okra. And even things like pumpkins are a fruit. That's because in botany, or in plant science, we have a little bit different definition of a fruit than, say, a chef might. So a fruit is any part of a plant that has seeds in it, or in this case, on it. You can see those little seeds right on the outside. There's always an exception to the rule. And then seeds is a seed that we grow here that we eat. I don't know that we actually grow any plant here just for its seed. Usually, this year, I am planting seed pumpkins for the first time. So there's these little tiny pumpkins. They're called Little Bear. And they are grown not for carving, not for eating the actual pumpkin itself, but for eating the seeds inside of it. And we don't have those started yet. Those will get planted this month, actually, just as soon as those lettuces come out of the garden bed over there.
Someone has a question. They want to know how long it takes for fig trees to grow.
Ooh, that is a great question, and a question that I don't know. That fig tree has been here longer than I have. I will ask one of our staff members to hop on this video and respond to your comment so that they can have a better answer for you. Sorry I couldn't answer that right now. But I think that is about all we've got today, unless there's any more questions, Saxon. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will be back tomorrow with another Veg Out video, and we will see you then.